If you feel bloated, sluggish, or low on energy after 50, the problem may not only be what you eat, but what's happening inside your gut. And today I'm going to show you how to start improving this naturally by helping your body restore its balance. Your gut bacteria may be starving right now. And when they don't get what they need, they stop doing their job properly and begin to disrupt your internal environment. This is not an exaggeration, it's a biological reality. When your internal ecosystem lacks the right conditions, those millions of microorganisms stop helping you process food and begin to affect the protective barrier of your digestive system. As Dr. Gabriel Mina, I've seen this many times in my practice. I remember a 62-year-old patient who came in exhausted, constantly bloated, and unable to understand what was wrong. He had tried everything, yet nothing seemed to work. When we reviewed his habits, the issue wasn't just the food, it was how and when he was eating. This internal imbalance is often behind symptoms you may also be experiencing: that mental fog that makes it hard to focus, the bloating that makes your clothes feel tight, or that afternoon fatigue that hits as if your day is already over. That's why in this video I want to share 5 natural, science-backed methods that can help improve your digestion, support your gut, and restore the energy and clarity you thought you had lost. Now, pay close attention to this because almost no one talks about it, yet it's one of the most important mechanisms your body has to stay clean internally. It's called the migrating motor complex, or MMC. To understand it, we first need to correct a common misconception about digestion. It's not a continuous conveyor belt where food goes in and simply comes out. In reality, your small intestine has 2 very different modes. The first is the feeding mode, when you're eating and your body focuses on mixing and absorbing nutrients. But there's another equally important mode that most people ignore: the cleaning mode. This deep cleaning doesn't happen while you're eating. It only activates after your digestive system has finished processing food. That's where this mechanism comes in. It acts like an internal sweep, a kind of cleaning crew that moves through your intestine, pushing waste where it needs to go. But there's one key rule you need to understand. This system only works when your stomach is empty. It needs a window of about 1 to 2 hours without food to activate, and once it starts, it needs time to complete its job. Every time you eat something, even a small snack, that process stops immediately. And this is one of the biggest modern problems. Today, we eat constantly: breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, coffee with sugar, dinner, and something else at night. The body never gets the space it needs. When this cleaning system doesn't activate, waste builds up. Bacteria begin to linger where they shouldn't, fermentation increases, bloating appears, and gut imbalances can develop. The solution is not in a pill. It's something much simpler: giving your body time. Space out your meals, avoid constant snacking, and allow this natural process to occur. In fact, when your stomach makes noise and you don't feel true hunger, it's often not a signal to eat. It's your body doing its internal work. With something as simple as leaving space between meals, you can begin to support your digestive system and help it function better. It's about allowing your body to do what it already knows how to do. And if this content is helping you better understand what's happening inside your body, I invite you to subscribe and join me here, because I share practical information that can truly improve your well-being. Now, once you understand the importance of giving your system time to clean itself, there's another key point we need to address: the environment where your gut bacteria live. Your body hosts millions of microorganisms. For a long time, they were seen as enemies, but today we know they are essential for your health. They are like the soil of a garden. If that soil is poor, nothing grows well. But if it's balanced, everything begins to thrive. One of the most common mistakes is thinking the solution is taking supplements without changing the environment. That's like trying to plant seeds in dry soil. No matter how many you add, they won't grow if the conditions aren't right. The key here is diversity. The more varied your natural diet is, the better you nourish that internal ecosystem. And this has a direct impact on how you feel every day. In the next section, we'll go deeper into this, because understanding how to properly feed your microbiome can completely transform your digestion and energy. If despite trying to eat better you still deal with bloating, slow digestion, or constant discomfort, it's very likely your gut isn't getting what it truly needs. And at this point, the solution isn't to eat more, but to eat smarter and more strategically to nourish your microbiome. As I mentioned earlier, it's not just about cleaning the system, but also about taking care of the residents living inside it. And here's something you need to clearly understand. Your gut works like a garden. If the soil is poor, nothing grows well. But if it's properly nourished, balance begins to restore itself. I clearly remember a 58-year-old patient I treated some time ago. She had constant bloating, heavy digestion, and daily discomfort. She believed she was eating healthy, but her diet lacked variety. Once we worked on increasing food diversity, within weeks she began to notice changes she hadn't experienced in years. And here's the key. It's not just what you eat, but the variety of what you eat. It has been observed that when a diet is rich in natural fiber and more diverse, the body responds by reducing inflammation and improving gut health. This happens because fiber is the primary fuel for beneficial bacteria. When you consume plant-based foods, that fiber reaches your gut and is transformed by beneficial bacteria into compounds that help protect and strengthen the intestinal lining. But here's something many people don't realize. Not all bacteria feed on the same things. Some thrive on certain vegetables, others on seeds, others on fruits or nuts. That's why if you eat the same foods all the time, you're only feeding a limited group of bacteria. But when you expand variety, you strengthen the entire ecosystem. One of the most important factors for a healthy gut is the number of different plant foods you consume. It's not about eating a lot of one thing, but including variety throughout the week. Herbs, seeds, fruits, vegetables, legumes, it all adds up. You don't need to overcomplicate it. It's not about changing everything overnight, but about gradually adding small new elements to your meals. A few seeds here, a different fruit there, rotating vegetables. Little by little you create a stronger and more balanced internal environment. Now, there's another equally important point that many people overlook: timing. We tend to focus only on food, but when you eat also has a deep impact on how your digestion works. Your body doesn't operate the same way all day. It has rhythms, moments when it's more active and others when it needs to rest. During the day, especially in the morning and afternoon, your body is much more prepared to process food. But as night approaches, that capacity decreases. It's as if your digestive system slows down. Imagine it like a factory. During the day, it's fully operational with the entire team working. At night, only a minimal crew remains. If you give it a heavy workload at that time, the process becomes slower and less efficient. When you eat late or consume heavy meals at night, food stays longer in your system, leading to more discomfort, more bloating, and poorer sleep quality. Your body needs energy to digest, and that energy is taken away from the recovery processes that should happen while you sleep. There's something even more interesting. Your gut also influences your sleep. Some bacteria are involved in producing substances that help regulate rest. When you disrupt your eating schedule, you also disrupt that balance, which can affect how well you sleep. This creates a difficult cycle. Poor sleep leads to cravings, poor food choices, gut imbalance, and the cycle repeats. So how can you start changing this? With something simple yet powerful: give your meals a schedule. Try to eat within a 10 to 12 hour window during the day. For example, have breakfast in the morning and dinner earlier, avoiding late night eating. This simple adjustment gives your body the time it needs to rest, repair, and function better the next day. Now I want you to pay attention to something that is often completely ignored. You can eat well, you can organize your schedule, but if your body is in a constant state of stress, your digestion will not function properly. This is where something fundamental comes into play: the connection between your brain and your gut. There is a direct pathway between them, and how it works depends largely on how you feel. Your body has two main modes. One is the alert state, when you are stressed or worried. The other is the calm state, when your body can digest and recover. You cannot be in both at the same time. If you eat while anxious, rushed, or distracted, your body interprets that as a threat. In that moment, it redirects energy to other functions and puts digestion on hold. It's like trying to run a device without power. I've seen this many times in my practice. People who eat well but always in a hurry, worried, or on their phones, and then wonder why their digestion doesn't improve. So before eating, pause. Take a deep breath, relax your body, and allow your system to enter that calm state it needs to function properly. In the next section, we'll look at the final key factor that can make a major difference in how you feel every day, and how small, well-applied changes can help transform your digestion naturally. If you still feel bloated, gassy, or heavy after meals, even when trying to eat better, the issue may not just be what you eat, but how your digestive system is functioning, and more importantly, how to activate it so it works in your favor again. When food isn't properly processed, it stays longer in the gut, leading to fermentation, discomfort, and that persistent feeling of inflammation. And here's something essential to understand. Digestion doesn't start in your mouth, it starts in your brain. Your body needs to be in the right state to digest. Eating healthy is not enough if you're stressed, rushed, or distracted. That's why one of the simplest and most powerful habits you can adopt is preparing your body before eating. As Dr. Gabriel Mina, I apply this with my patients. I remember a 65-year-old man who ate well but was always in a rush. Just by teaching him to pause before meals, to breathe and relax, his digestion began to improve within weeks. Do this. Before your first bite, take 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale calmly and exhale even more slowly. This simple act sends a signal to your body that you are safe, that it can relax, and at that moment, your digestive system turns on as it should. It takes less than a minute, but it can completely change how your body processes food. Now, there's another critical point that is often overlooked. It's not only about what you should do, but also what you should avoid. Many people focus on adding things, more supplements, more products, more solutions. But in health, progress often comes from removing what disrupts balance. Today, we are exposed to substances that can directly affect our microbiome. I'm referring, for example, to the overuse of antibiotics when they're not truly necessary, and certain chemicals present in food. Antibiotics are valuable tools when needed, but frequent use can disrupt the natural balance of your gut. They don't just affect harmful bacteria, they also reduce beneficial ones, and it can take a long time for the body to restore that balance. But that's not all. There are also residues in some foods that may interfere with your microbiome. That's why, whenever possible, it's important to wash your food thoroughly and be more mindful of what you consume. Water also plays a role. In some cases, it may contain substances that, while useful for safety, can influence internal balance when consumed continuously. The goal is not to complicate things, but to gradually reduce unnecessary burdens so your body can function better. In the end, all of this leads to a simpler way of understanding your gut health. Think of your body as a house. You can't keep it clean if dirt is constantly coming in, if you never allow time for cleaning, or if the system itself isn't working properly. To improve your digestion, you don't need extreme solutions. You need to respect how your body works. Give space between meals so it can clean itself. Feed your microbiome with variety. Expect your schedule to support rest. Relax your body before eating. Reduce what disrupts your internal balance. The good news is that your body has an incredible ability to recover. The cells lining your gut renew themselves constantly. Every day is an opportunity to start doing things better. Many people wait until they feel very unwell to take action. But real change happens in the small daily decisions no one sees, the ones that transform how you feel. Choosing to wait a little longer before eating. Adding variety to your meals. Taking a deep breath before you begin. These are simple actions, but over time, they have a powerful impact. If this content has helped you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who needs it. I'm sure you know someone dealing with these issues who doesn't yet know how to start improving them. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know which of these habits you feel is your weakest point. That helps me create content that truly supports you. And before we finish, I want to leave you with a special invitation. Take a moment to be grateful. Be grateful to God for your life, for your body, and for the opportunity to learn and improve every day. Because when you value what you have, you begin to take better care of it. Here in Dr. Gabriel Mina's space, it's a true joy to support you on your journey toward better health and better habits. Every day we work to bring you clear, practical information you can truly apply in your life. Tomorrow, we'll have a new video created especially for you. I invite you to come back, keep learning, and share this content with those who need it most. Here, you'll always find tools to feel better and live with greater well-being.